This is super important for consistency in ball striking.
When I'm hitting a good shot or striking it well, I've always felt like my hands are over my left foot, like they're just hanging over. If I was to drop a ball, just drop onto my left toe. And that's when I feel like the hands are forward and it's being compressed through the golf ball a lot easier. And that just keeps the face from doing this. And stop them right there, then the head's going to go through and close, and look where the hands are, right? So we want to feel like the hands are more forward, keep that face a lot more square down the line for a little bit longer. That's a big deal. Do you feel like the hands are stalling and the head's flipping through it?
100%,
okay.
Yeah.
Let's start with one thing.
Yeah.
And let's focus on the hands being forward. Get into your left-hand side. That could be the next step for you to help not only just compress it, but keep that face a little more square.
Yeah.
Because the big problem that I see so far is like you stall the hands and then all of a sudden all the forces just start to turn that club head over. And so if you just feel like those hands are a little bit more forward in every shot, even through the driver.
Using the impact line in your pre-shot routine reminds and helps you rehearse the forward handle position and de-lofted square club face that produce a lag impact.
Not something I've ever been hit like that before.
Good little drill you could have. See how you hit the tee? There's dirt behind it. It means you chunked it, right? So the key is to have it happen in front of the tee. So how do you think you could get to that position at impact a little bit easier? Like,
I think sometimes when I go left, I end up getting a little bit here. Well, like if I was to focus more on trying to get...
Yes. Yeah. Hands forward, hands low and forward.
Because then that's going to move my low point forward anyway.
Yep. What are you feeling in your body?
When I get it right, I feel like my weight stays central, and then during the downswing, it shifts 60, 70, 80% to the left.
So you move more left.
Yeah. When I get it wrong, I still feel like I stay central, but then I notice that I stay central. I don't shift.
Oh, I don't know what else to say. That sounds so much better than what you were doing before. Now, because of that, you're going to start connecting with shots in bad lies, good lies all the time.
I've been very much focused on technique currently, but the one thing I have neglected more, and I know that better players this, you're finding the answers in the dirt.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Dig it out of the dirt, that's what Hogan said.
And it's the thing I've definitely neglected the most.
And that's why I'm harping on it so much.
No, it's good.
Yeah, I like it.
Strike is king.
This is a big golfing machine thing. I don't know if you know anything about the golfing machine.
Absolutely.
Ben Doyle taught me this.
The first thing that he demonstrated on his mat was golf's most damaging illusion, which is the difference between the shaft angle at address and the forward-leaning shaft position that produces a lag impact. To compensate, Ben insisted that all of his students briefly press their hands forward before beginning their takeaway to visually preset the impact position. Ben said that driving the hands through this aiming point correctly was the secret of golf, and this is exactly what the impact line enables golfers to do with a simple visual reminder, which is on the clubs we actually use.
All shitty ball strikers will start with their hands back. All good ones will start here. You at least have a chance. You're set up for success here. You're set up for failure like that.
I guess compressing the ball, that's what I've probably increased more than anything with working with Sean. I used to try and sort of be very shallow and return the club at 90 degrees. I now have a little bit of forward lean with the hands at impact, and I feel like that really, really helps my strike, but also it stabilizes the face through impact as well. To get forward lean, you have to get your weight onto your left side. If you're hitting from your right leg, you're always going to flip it. So basically, just really getting through the shot post impact. You've got 90% of your weight on your left leg. I think if you do that, you're going to start to at least give yourself a chance to make a good impact.
The little line down here, the little line that sits just from the leading edge back up through the hosel of the golf club, helps you to find this really, really strong impact position. So the DST technology is really helping players to find a more functional impact position.
To get into impact, what did you feel like you did?
Weight left, shaft angle forward.
Show me impact. You get here, the handle goes forward.
You can see Rick rehearsing the feeling of a lag impact right here.
I've got the feeling, it feels good.
Love that. Beautiful golf swing there.
That was nice.
And the divot here, ball, then turf in front of it that way.
I'm feeling more like I'm in the position that I showed you of impact that you asked me to do.
Yeah. If we clean up and improve the impact, everything's going to get better.
Yeah.
One of the very first skills is what is impact. If you can't go to impact and show me where you want to be when that club runs into the ball, I don't care how good your backswing is or your downswing or your follow through, you're never going to be as good as you could be. So if you can't stand there and go, okay, there's how I run into the ball, so you feel where you're supposed to be at impact, I'm not sure you should be working on these big global patterns, because then the taskmaster in your brain takes over, and a lot of the problems that you have will just go away, because those problems are movement patterns that have no relevance to where you're trying to get to at impact.
Tiger Woods demonstrating the difference between the handle position at address and the forward handle position that produces a lag impact. Notice how he synchronises his downswing to reach a forward handle position, a position where the club trails his lead forearm, producing a lag impact. Only when the club trails behind an extension of the lead forearm at impact, that the butt end of the handle is in a position where it can be stabilised above the point of rotation, allowing the player to control the handle with both hands instead of only the trail hand at impact. They all have the same forward handle position and de-lofted square club face.
The most important spot in the golf swing is impact, and nobody ever practices. But I'm just rehearsing my hands being forward, and then stepping back and making swings and hitting the ball and trying to feel that. If you're doing stuff like this, you're going to get better.
Impact, that's what it's all about. If you can get your body, your hands, the golf club into a good position, a solid position at impact, you really are going to hit a lot of sound, well-struck, enjoyable golf shots. And that's ultimately what we're all looking for. Impact the golf ball. You can tell my hands are clearly ahead of the club head, ahead of the golf ball. So that's the feel you want to have. Anything you can do to get a sense of hands forward, weight forward, because we know that all the best players in the world get in that position as they pass through the hip.
It'll help shaft lean, compression, quality of strike, and it'll help you hit it straighter.
The best players in the world, we see that at impact, their shaft is leaning towards the target, and this left hand is sort of opposite the lead thigh there. We can see that shaft leaning quite a lot forward. The majority of the amateurs that we coach, we see a lot of them that they're very much back with this shaft.
We see with the best players in the world, as they get in there, nice and stable with the shaft through impact, at least for a little period there, 6 or 8 inches.
So first, let's talk about what the best players in the world are doing. As they move through contact, their body opens up, and their hands are in front of the golf ball at impact.
I want you to be able to deliver this club consistently the same every single time. Great players are able to do this. They deliver the club not like this 1 minute and then this in the next minute. They deliver it consistently every time. This gives them great ball striking, it gives them the distance, and it obviously gives them the accuracy.
We are able to get the handle more forward. We're often able to produce lower loft on the golf club. All of those things are going to help you with your game.
But I do think for a lot of golfers, they're too bothered about being at address and almost trying to be back there at impact. I'm just going to explain why the less loft is important, because a lot of golfers made the comment about, well, if you want to produce less loft, why don't you just hit a longer club? It's not just the fact that the club coming in like this helps the ball go further. What it also means is that as we've got that shaft lean, the widest part of the swing is ahead of the golf ball, so that the deepest part of the divot is after the ball, helping to create that ball and then turf interaction. But also it's helping you generate speed by releasing the club later rather than really, really early like a lot of golfers do. But I'm going to show you something that you can do for maybe 2 to 3 seconds before each swing that's going to guarantee better striking and better distance. And I think it's personally worth taking 2 to 3 seconds before every shot to make sure you start hitting golf shots better than ever with such a simple little feel. Now, here's the secret though. How we're going to get you doing that better. We're going to rehearse your impact position. So what I want you to feel is you're going to set up as you normally would do. We're then going to move our pressure much more into our lead side and let that lead hip start to open up. And then try and get that feeling at impact. 1, 2, 3. And then really feel that you get that impact position, but fall towards the target in the downswing. It's very, very noticeable how good that strike is. And again, I love how much speed I generate from there without really feeling like I'm swinging quickly.
Jack Nicklaus said, striking the ball with your hands slightly ahead of the ball is a fundamental to solid shot making.
So I'm a 10 handicapper. I want to get into single figures. I don't think I can achieve that unless I've got that on there.
Something so simple on the club, and just puts you in such a good position. Yeah, I think it's a brilliant idea.
It's fantastic. I really like it.
Being able to visually see straight away when I'm in the right position.
I think it would be helpful because when I was hitting my own club, I felt that I had to push my hands forward, but there was no real reference point.
So I feel like it's cheating. It's great.
Ultimately, if it helps you get into a better position and it helps me hit better golf shots, then why wouldn't I?
And he gave me a lesson, and we could see that my hands were flipping at impact. With the use of the club that he had, the straight shaft DST, I was able to learn to drive my left hand ahead, and which is just straight out of the bag. I was hitting it on the range with Bertie just a moment ago, just pure, and it was just a revelation.